We'll get right to questions. We'll begin with Joe Bettner and then go to Eric Bailey. Joe?
Jeremiah, I'm curious, having obviously sharing an offense with Creed Humphrey. I'm curious what it's like for you to see how he operates his group as far as like a leadership standpoint. And I'm curious, you feel like that spreads to other position groups? Like I guess maybe the precedent that he sets with the offensive line.
Yeah. To answer your question, really, that's why we voted him team captain. His leadership in his position room is contagious. It spreads throughout the team, and it's obvious to us that he plays an important role, and his attitude that he brings is, like I said, is contagious. So guys tend to have a tendency to want to imitate that same energy. We know he's a great player. We know he'll be off to the league one day, and guys typically want to be around those who set a good example.
Thanks, Jeremiah.
Okay, Eric Bailey and then Ryan Aber.
Hey, Jeremiah, kind of another leadership question. When things are flowing well offensively, what is Spencer like when the offense meets before taking the field after a media timeout? And does he change much when maybe the offense isn't flowing as well?
No, Spencer's actually pretty level-headed. He kind of reminds me of Kyler. Kyler was never too high or too low, and Spencer typically has that same mindset. Obviously he celebrates the touchdowns and he's happy when we all make a play and things like that, but it's never over the top and it's never somewhat nervous or anything like that. He's pretty right in the middle, and I think he does a good job of displaying confidence and continuing to make plays on the field for us.
Thank you, Jeremiah.
Okay, Ryan Aber and then John Hoover.
Yeah, Jeremiah, sort of along the lines of what Eric just asked you, what kind of growth have you seen from Spencer, especially as it relates to leadership, since that first half of the Texas game where he was sat down for a bit and the way he responded following that?
I've seen a lot of growth from him mentally, more so than anything. We all know that he can play. We all know that he can throw the rock. But when it comes to situations where things don't go our way, it's making sure that he doesn't feel all that pressure. Not everything's his fault. He doesn't have to make every single play by himself. Like I just said, not being too high, not getting too low. And to get back to where I've seen his growth is mainly where we've messed up. Like you said, when we were down Texas, we had to sit beginning of the season when we took those 2 losses. When things don't go our way, he's over the second half of the season really shown his ability to bounce back and continue to lead the team.
Appreciate it, Jeremiah.
Yep.
Okay, John Hoover and then James Hale.
Jeremiah, how's it going?
Good.
Good. So I'm wondering about, you guys have been on a real roll these last few weeks, the previous 3 games for sure, and things are going in one direction. Things are going well. I'm wondering if the coaches kind of bring you back to those previous 3 weeks during film study or meetings or just chatting or whatever. If they have to sometimes remind you guys, hey, this is happening, yes, and it's all good, but this happened too. Don't forget you did this.
Yeah, in a way, I don't want you to think that we're living in the past by any means, but we definitely have a standard that we hold ourselves accountable to every single week. And when Coach Riley talks about that standard, you can't help but think about when we didn't meet those standards and when we didn't follow through with how we were supposed to play. And so it's definitely in the back of our mind. It's not something that we need to talk about very much because we all know it's happened. Only thing we can do is press forward now, but don't think that we're comfortable by any means just because we've gathered a little streak. We're not at all, and we're going to definitely come out ready to play this weekend.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
James Hale and then Parker Thune.
Jeremiah, you're from North Carolina, so you're not a native Oklahoman, but this is still the Bedlam, man, right? So have you become Boomer Sooner all the way? And Oklahoma State's really good, so this is a huge game in college football this weekend. Are you guys excited about it?
Yeah. I've definitely learned the Oklahoma tradition since I've gotten out here. It took me about a year to hop on board just like everybody else, but man, this game means a lot to me simply because it's always hard fought, whether it's on the field, just everything about it, no matter the record, no matter the previous games, it's just like Texas. Every year is new, you know. Um, so yeah, I've definitely grown to love this game. I respect OSU. I know those boys are gonna come out ready to play, but we are too. So I'm looking forward to it.
Have fun, man. Good luck.
Appreciate it.
Okay, Parker Thune and then Lee Benson.
Jeremiah, how excited are y'all to potentially have Braden Willis back in the mix?
We're looking forward to it. I don't know if he's necessarily back just yet, but if he can play, of course, we are looking forward to it. If not, we're going to ball regardless. So I think he might be okay, but we're still looking into it. But either way, if he is back, man, I can't wait to have 81 back out there with me. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, Lee Benson.
Hey, Jeremiah, I'm going to give you a chance to talk about one of your teammates, but also plead your case for maybe some more touches this year. I know you got Mikey. It's a very small sample size, but he's got 4 carries this year, kind of like in a running back type role a couple of times. I remember back when you first started and you're early on in spring games, you were getting running back type carries. You look pretty good back there. But I'm just curious, like this year, is Mikey the kind of guy that could potentially be like a back, let's say, if an emergency type role? I know Coach has done that way in the past with Dimitri back when he played here. And then for you, is it something where you would, hey, like, why am I not getting, more carries back there as a running back? Or is it maybe just a game flow type thing? What do you think?
Well, first to answer your question about Mikey running the ball, Mikey's a great ball carrier. He runs hard. He's fast. He sees gaps well. And whenever he gets a carry, I know we're all looking forward to it because, like you said, it's not like it happens very often. But when it does happen, he definitely takes advantage of his plays. And for me, whether I'm back there getting the ball or not, that's above my pay grade. But would I like to run the ball? I mean, you can give it to me if you want to. But, I just go out there, look forward to every chance I get and, relish the opportunity because I know Coach Riley's going to put his best 11 out there. And I typically agree with the decisions he makes. So I'm all good. I like my role. And if I do get a carry, though, I'm going to make something happen.
Yeah, I think Coach is confident with you touching the ball.
Yeah.
Anyway, so thanks.
Yeah, let's go to Keegan Rennell.
Yeah, Jeremiah, after the Kansas game, Lincoln talked about how you guys having many fork in the road moments, and you guys have chosen to kind of go take the path less traveled on a little bit. What can you expand on that a little bit? What's that been like, with this group this year to come together? Now you're kind of a win away from controlling your destiny in this conference.
You pretty much just said it. It's knowing that you still control your fate. It's making sure that we don't lay down, we don't fold just because we had a little bit of adversity at the beginning of the season. That doesn't mean anything because just like then, we had to keep fighting, and we're still fighting. Even though in the standings we're somewhat behind, but still we have no control over whether another team loses or what other team wins. We can only control what we can control, and I'm a big believer of that. That's the way I lead. Control what you can control what you can control, and everything else will take care of itself.